Welcome back, travellers, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Balance learns more about Kythea's situation. Rhal's lead falls through, and Zaltanna spends some quality time in the church. With all arrows pointing to Kesa being at the upcoming fight at Dusk Plateau, Kythea and Caden make for the dusk, while our brave adventurers head down the river to Chatvok with Demi. Will Taylor's new stealthy skills help her father and Kythea? Will the group be able to travel downriver without incident? And will Kythea and Balance be able to continue their relationship beyond the apocalypse? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
We find you guys bright and early the next morning. You are assembled at the lodge. You are waiting, I guess, in Damaz's office. He's in one way or another has directed you to go there so he can make arrangements for you to pick up the boat that he has arranged or whatever transport he has for you to get between Vanlas and Chatvok.
Mm-hmm.
So the morning dawns. The three of you are waiting in the office on your own. Is there anything you want to exchange, say, or do before I bring the other two into the situation?
Yeah.
Like what?
Thank you guys for helping me. For being there at the fight. Even though you didn't really want it to come down to a fight. I appreciate it.
No problem. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we work together.
This is all very sentimental, and I did enough sentimental last night, so she kind of like pats you on the back awkwardly. She's like, "You're welcome." That's what friends are for.
That being said, Rhal, I do have a concern that you should keep an eye on your back now.
Why?
Because when you entered that ring, you put yourself out there, not just to the gentleman who we learned wasn't the one who did anything, but to others as well. Word is bound to get around. And if he wasn't the one that did it, then it's quite possible whoever did is going to hear that you're free and potentially looking.
Well then, the point of me doing...
Well, I understand the strategy behind it, trying to bait him out. We just need to be careful now, because if the person comes after you directly, then, well, we're going to be in the crossfire no matter what.
I wanted to weed them out. If they come for me, they come. And that will be that. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I am sorry that I was a bit stubborn in doing things my own way. There's not many things that I ever feel competent doing. Fighting is one of the things I felt competent doing. The first thing in a long time, since the sickness, that I had a sense of I was capable at something. People respected me. I was, it's just the thing that I feel useful doing. So I know that you didn't want me to do it. I understand. Aima never wanted me to fight either. I get it. But thanks for being there anyways. Would have been a fun fight. Seemed like a good opponent.
Oh, I was totally going to make sure that you won that one as well. I hope you know that.
At this point, the door bursts open and Damaz the half-orc and Demi, his sister, come basically charging in. You can see that they're kind of like Demi is ribbing her brother over something, but you hear them like grunting. Nobody speaks Orcish, do they?
I do not think that I do, no.
Okay, excellent. You hear them, you basically get the idea that they are ribbing each other good-naturedly in some sort of, in Orcish. And you see like small flickers of fire just like running along her hands, and you see like a holy light just kind of like glimmering threateningly above her head, and they come in and realize that you guys are actually here before them, and they sort of like immediately stop. And Damaz looks at you and he's like,
You're all here. Excellent. I've got your boat sorted. You should be good to leave in the next few hours. 2 at the most. Demi will be able to take you down the river.
And yeah, I see her bobbing her head.
When you all get there, I'll make arrangements for you to meet my contact, Squash. He's an halfling. You'll notice him. He's well, you can't easily miss him. He's covered in scars. Looks a bit like a rat. He's a good guy, though. Deep down in there, well, somewhere. He'll be my contact for you down there in Chatvok.
All right.
And with that, he sits down, and Demi sits on the kind of, again, just sitting on the table next to it. And she looks at you guys, says, there's actually another thing while we're there that I think we should probably do, and it's actually to help this person. We're looking for a potion ingredient, which, Kythea put together the potion, but she said that there's something that they have which is really common, but we don't have over here, and I don't even know where to find it. It's called the Tears of Savras, and we need it to finish the potion. And she pulls out the potion that she had before and puts it on the table.
The Tears of Savras?
Yep. I know. Very weird, very odd. I have no idea where to find it. She had no idea where to find it, except it was really common back where she came from, but not common here, which could mean anything. I don't really know.
That just seems a little peculiar, considering we're dealing with this whole celestial thing, apparently Savras being the one that was killed.
Yep. Really freaking weird. I have a theory that this portal and these tears and these strange things that are going on are actually all completely linked. I mean, it can't just be coincidence, can it?
No.
I mean,
There's always a possibility, but probably not.
I think it can.
I don't believe in coincidence.
Nor do I, which is a really good thing, because if I believed in coincidence, half the things in my life would not make any sense at all. Like, why would this happen when this could have happened? Well, you know.
Is there a god of coincidences?
I don't think so. It would be a huge coincidence if there wasn't. Like, oh my gosh, why would there not be a god of coincidence? That's really weird.
My point exactly. That would be very peculiar.
I tell you what, if I ever get to speak to another god, then I will absolutely have to ask them. In fact, if you guys ever speak to a god, then... Yeah, I've had dealings with gods. I think I've told one of you I had dealings with God before. Well, kind of had a dealing with... Well, I kind of do have a... And again, you see Damaz put his hand on her shoulder and she just like immediately quietens down.
Yes, I remember the discussion.
I don't.
You weren't there.
Okay, good.
Do you know where to find it?
The gad?
No, the tears.
Oh.
Balance face palms.
Right. Sorry, this conversation has had a lot of twists and turns, and I'm not entirely sure where we are anymore.
Why would I want to find a god?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, we're about to go to Chatvok to close down the portal, right? Which is to do with the god that died, which we believe, well, we've been told by like an angel and like through various means that is in fact Savras.
Correct.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't know if you considered it, but God, Savras, the god of fate, fortune and foresight and knowledge and that good shit, is dead. Does that mean that fate is ending? Or does it mean that it's just the god of fate has ended? Because that's a really interesting concept, at least to me anyway. I mean, I'd like to know.
You want to know what my thoughts on that are?
Sure.
So I kind of assume that the god is just sort of like an aspect sort of what their domain is. So like Savras, the god of fate, right?
Yep.
His death, I don't think means that fate will end. I just think that it means that it's now out there. Like
he's the embodiment of it.
He probably like had a big hand in fate and how it worked. But now it's like running free. You get what I mean? That's what I think.
I like the idea that it's free and out there in the world because it's actually slightly better than one person manipulating it because that person will order to become more powerful, then you probably should be, which is actually probably why he's a god and not anything else.
Yeah.
But I like the idea. That's a very good idea. That's a cool idea. Anyway, so yeah, we need to find this to help this guy out and, well, hopefully we'll be able to do that. And I don't know. I have a very good feeling about this. I think Chatvok is going to be very good for us all, especially for you. And she points at Zaltanna.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great for me. And she smiles.
See, now I'm a little bit concerned because that smile is a little bit too happy about what I think you're going to go
more like
do to a person, and that's
a
not very-
sardonic smile. It's not like an, oh, I'm really happy to torture someone smile. It's like an, I'm finally going to get some answers.
Okay.
Balance leans over to Zaltanna and just kind of whispers, "You're aware they need to be conscious for me to get answers, right?"
Yes, Balance.
Just want to make sure.
Will not kill him. It will be fine.
All right, I mean...
I made a new deal with my god.
You made a new deal with a god?
Yeah. It's none of y'all's business.
Okay, here we... All right.
But don't worry about it. My personal religious business is my personal religious business.
I mean, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, I seem to recall not but a day ago I got a lecture for saying something very similar.
Balance. Who
Yes?
are you looking at the moment? Are you paying attention to anybody else in the room?
Just Zaltanna.
Okay.
Look,
Yes?
if it was relevant in any way other than that, it means I'm not going to be killing Honorino without just cause. And I don't mean like just cause I wanna, you know. Then if it becomes more relevant than that, I promise I will tell you. But for right now, it's really between me and Tia.
Do you want me to kill him?
She looks pained, like she's having a hard time deciding how to respond to that.
I'm going to throw this out there. I can't actually endorse you guys, like, killing a person. I understand that you need to, like, do certain things to get certain information out. Don't be wrong, I'm partial to doing that myself. And I'm not actually completely against killing because sometimes killing has to be a thing. And you see Damas just nod in agreement. It's like, I don't disagree, but I can't actually just go with you and allow you to do that. I can't. Maybe we shouldn't do the killing thing. The killing thing is very much likely to get you noticed. And after all, you are in the Dawns. If you kill a person, you're going to get killed in return. I mean, you guys should be dead already, but Lindra is like towing the line on what's acceptable on that.
And for my side of it, I say we really should not unless we need to.
Yes. I will not kill him without just cause. She looks like she's a little bit in pain saying that.
Okay, well, I think that's everything. Is everything? I mean, that's everything for me. I mean, we just needed to do the thing and find the things to help the person, and then that was it. We're really good to go. And you see Damas just like put his hand on the table, like,
The other thing, yeah. We sent a response back to the Gentlemen's Dueling Club. We're saying that Demi's going with a +1. Yourself, Zaltanna. Yeah. We arranged it yesterday. And I'm going to nominate Rhal and yourself, Balance, just as a companion, like. Demi says she can work on something to hide you while you're there. At least that gives us options, yeah?
Okay.
Are you sure that it's going to be enough? I would very much like to travel back to my homeland, but there are some powerful casters within the dusk, and if anybody would see through it, I could be in deep shit.
Demi looks at you and she says, well, that's the risk I have to take all the time. I mean, to be fair, Kythea's here. And her presence is probably a little bit more like startling than yours.
Balance.
Yes?
We're supposed to be dead. We're already in pretty deep shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, don't think we aren't worried about that. And you see Damas just like,
Yes. If a pillar were to find out you were here, especially here, you would be putting a lot of people in a lot of danger.
No kidding.
This is all down to that jumped up knife here, Lindrin. And being that I'm very, very happy, according to my sister, if anyone were to take the blame, it'd be that prick.
Sure.
I better give you guys some time. I'll get Demi to meet you and take you over the river later on.
Yep, with that, he gets up, he gives you all a nod, and he leaves the room. Demi looks at you all and is like, well, I'm going to come back here in 2 hours, so I'll see you then. I mean, if there's anything you want to do, not that you have a lot of time to do in 2 hours, but, well, I have some things to do in 2 hours. Is there anything you think you guys will need?
Not unless you have a magical bag of tricks of some sort.
Oh, I am a magical bag of trips, let's be honest.
Coffee?
Coffee?
We should
Coffee?
get some rations and stuff for the boat trip.
You make fun of my real life accent. Oh, Jesus.
Hey, I've been learning your accent, dude.
Coffee?
Coffee.
And the
well, I
dog?
can arrange. Oh my god, I can arrange to have like certain. Well, I'm gonna make my brother arrange them. I'll make my brother arrange that we have certain rations to go there with. Yes.
Actually, if now that I think about it, if the lodge here has any spare potions of any sort for us, healing potions that could be useful.
Oh, did I not tell you? Demi. Oh, that's me. I'm Demi. No, Kythea made us some healing potions. I forgot to tell you. And she kind of like runs out of the room, and probably like barely even a minute later, she comes back with four like reddish blood-colored potion vials. They're little tiny glass vials, and she just holds them out in front of you guys. Like these, I mean, she said they're not the greatest thing because she doesn't have all the potion ingredients she had, and she did them really, really quickly. But she said that everyone has one of these. Here you go. I mean, there's one each for you, and there's one for me. Not that I really need it, but I'm going to take one anyway.
Sure, that works for me.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
Meta, what kind of potion is it?
It's just a standard healing potion, the tiny little one.
The 1d4 plus 4 or 2d4 plus
1d4
or 2d4 plus
plus
2?
1d4.
1d4 plus 1.
Yes.
Okay.
The itty bitty ones, but enough to get you out of being unconscious. So yes, she dumps these potions at you.
Well, that is most helpful.
Yes. Well, she was really helpful. She suggested that she'd make them when she was making the other potion, because she had some leftover ingredients. She said, I can make these healing potions. Like, well, she'll go for it. But yeah, this is all she can make though. Enjoy. I'm gonna go hang out with Dan for a bit. I will catch you guys like later. I'll be here. Or I'll come back here.
Sure. I have some reading I actually need to catch up on.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll catch you soon then. Bye. And with that, she just whips out the room, and the door just like slams closed behind her. So what do you guys want to do now? Do you just want to roll forward? Is there anything you guys want to do? Investigate, check, read, contact anyone?
I have dwarvish notepads that I got from the mines that I have never had the chance to look through yet because I've been busy with other things.
Also, one of them was gnomish, not a dwarf.
Was it? Because I don't remember.
Can you read gnomish?
I can't, but we are in the dawn, so if I can't read it, I'm going to go find someone who can.
Guess who can read it?
I don't know. Probably Demi. I'm going to go ask Demi.
Take a hot, sexy guess as to who can fucking read gnomish.
Balance goes to find Demi.
Okay.
Do you tell them that what you see is gnomish, or do you just like, well, I'm going to go find Demi?
I just go find Demi.
Okay.
Just left.
I'll be right back. I need to go check something.
Oh, wow. Okay. I have to go.
What?
Sorry,
It's
I'm
none of my
sorry.
business. I don't want to ask any questions.
Whatever. You go off into the hallway. You can see Demi retreating around the corner where you know that she has been staying.
Demi, running off after her.
You turn the corner and you see her and her brother ahead. Can I check what? Just because I need to know whether it's the truth-telling thing or the visionary thing.
The truth-telling thing is only for telepathy, so I would not have that.
Right. And what was the other thing?
The aura sight. That's the advantage on insight checks.
Okay. Do you have that on?
Probably. That's usually what I have on as the default.
Okay.
I don't need to be a leader right now.
Okay, you run around the corner and you see Demi is basically turned to look at you, and you see her brother a bit further along as he's looking a bit stern, but happy to let you continue. What's up?
Sorry, I don't mean to disturb you, but I have this notepad that I had found when we were in the mines. And it never occurred to me until recently to actually check and see what was written in it. But I can't read it.
Oh. Okay, yeah, give it here. I can't read everything. I mean, I read some things, and Damas reads some things, and Damas can read it if you really wanted to. I mean, it depends what it's in. Here, give it over.
I pass it over to him. To her. Yeah.
She flicks through it. She flicks through to the end. Yes, she can read Gnomish. Fuck's sake, I'm sorry, Casey.
It's all good. I don't care.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me.
She flicks through. It's like, well, mostly this stuff is about. Actually, mostly this is just like really boring, like mining stuff. Like, I'm gonna go I'm gonna hit thing with a rock and hit another thing with a rock, and a bunch of rocks fell down, and here's a really shiny rock, and the dwarves are very, very excited about the rock. Oh, this becomes a little bit less. And you see her like frown and look concerned. Well, okay, so here's what it says. They heard voices. They told them to kill us all. They attacked us all, claiming we were demons in disguise. Alana, she was my friend. She broke my leg, and I didn't mean to kill her, but the flames, they just sprang for me. They told them I wasn't real. I told them I wasn't the real one. They weren't the real one? I don't really know. But I am real. I'm not the replacement. I'm real. I am real. They said the same thing, though. Am I real? Or am I real because I'm the last one left? I just don't know anymore. If anyone finds this, don't split up. Don't take your eyes off of anyone for a second. I saw the place they tried to take me, the place where they replaced us one by one. If anyone finds this, run. Don't listen to the voices beyond the waterfall. Just run. Well, that's where this one ends.
Balance does that slightly awkward like cough into his hand, like. Well, that's nothing new in there.
No, I think you learned everything you needed to learn. I mean,
yeah, firsthand.
You went in there and found the eggs, right? You destroyed all the eggs, which is freaky.
Yep. Well, good for documentation, I suppose, but whatever.
Is there anything else I can help you with before I go do a thing I need to do?
No, that was all.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Well, I'll see you in a few hours. And with that, she kind of like smiles and then just like walks back towards where she was heading.
So, Zaltanna.
Yeah?
You believe real hard in this fate shit, huh? Even though the god is dead and all of that, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. My god's not dead. Gods can die.
No, but it doesn't mean that you have a fate or any of us have a fate.
Oh, that I believe in fate? I thought you said I believe in faith. With an H. Not fate with a T at the end. I don't know. I mean, I believe I have a fate. Do I believe everyone does? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I believe in fate. I believe in justice. I was just sharing my theory on how fate would work in a world with a fate god that was dead. I just don't believe that fate would just disappear. I believe I was fated to meet my wife. I believe...
And when you thought she was dead, do you believe that that was a fate? That was some kind of meant-to-be thing?
I don't believe everything is meant to be. I don't believe everything is fated, but I do believe that it was meant to be that I met my wife. I believe it was meant to be that I met her brother when I met him. I think there's some things that the universe makes for us and some things we make for ourselves. And I think what happened with her, what happened with me thinking she was dead, that was something that I made. And it didn't have to happen. And I blame myself for a really long time.
I'm just going to go away to the river.
Okay. Are you asking because you want to know if I think that what happened with your wife was fate?
Oh, no.
Because I think that whoever actually did it made that. It didn't have anything to do with you.
No, I don't believe in fate. How can I? I mean, I turned 10. Everything that I had thought that I was going to be before, I believed in fate. Hard. I believed in it a lot. I believed that the things that were in my life were meant to be. I knew exactly what I was going to try to do. I knew what I was going to be. And then I was nothing. And I was put with a bunch of other people who thought the same thing before they got sick, and I watched them all die. And fate is not... I just don't believe.
I won't tell you that you're right or you're wrong, because your belief is your belief. But I just want to say fate isn't always good.
At this point, Balance comes back into the room.
Noted. Thanks, I guess. I'm going to the river. Relax. You guys can join.
Yeah. I'm gonna come. Karuna, let's go take a swim.
Where are you guys going?
Oh, I just wanted to go to the river. Unless you had something else to do that's more important.
I assumed we were supposed to be just waiting in that room until they were ready to leave, but...
I mean, we're meeting at the river. Right?
Were we meeting at the river?
Demi gave you both as places.
Okay. Then, okay.
They will find us. They will be setting up the boat anyways. So we will be there. I like the water.
All right, let's go then.
Okay.
All right. You guys meander your way down to the river. You look across and you see the mountains and where the water and the river has come down and flows through the city. As you make your way down there, it's pretty easy to see where the dock section is. You continue following the path of the river and you come to sort of the edge of Vanless town itself. You see the walls around. You also see sort of just inside the walls, there is just a little dock area. There are a couple of warehouses here and there. You see quite a lot of boats moored up here. You can see one that has kind of like the livery of the lodge. You see that being readied and getting ready to go downriver. It's not a particularly big boat, but it looks like a particularly fast one. For those of you who traveled on boats before, this is going to be an unpleasant experience. It's if you get seasick, oh gosh, this is not going to be pleasant. Yeah, it's going to be fast. It's going to get you where you need to go, but it's not the sturdiest looking thing. It probably looks just big enough to take 4 passengers and about 3 or 4 crew.
Last time I was on a boat was not so fun.
Oh. Why?
Really? They're usually quite relaxing for me. What happened with yours?
The trip here?
Oh, you were on the ocean.
Rowboat. Small. No food.
On the ocean?
On the ocean, yes.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Me too. I can show you. I can show you lots of things. All you need to do is ask.
Well, it's not so much a matter of asking, so much as what you're wanting to tell.
You can... I give you permission.
Well, do you want me to right now? I mean, we do have the time.
If you are curious, I don't mind.
I'm curious about a lot of things.
Okay.
Let's go sit somewhere that's a little bit more private. We'll have a chat.
Can I sit in the water?
Is there somewhere on the riverbank that we can just kind of...
You can sit on the riverbank. Sitting in the water requires you sitting in the river. The river is not somewhere you want to sit because it's a flowing river.
Okay.
You would not want to sit in this water. You probably wouldn't be able to sit in it. You'd probably drown in it. But there's a bit further along, still just inside the walls, actually probably closer just inside the walls. You can see a stretch of it that doesn't have a section of dock on it, where it isn't being backed on by or looked upon by a nearby warehouse as such. It's kind of quiet, kind of secluded. It's grassy. It's, as you would expect, kind of damp.
All right. We'll hang out there.
Okay.
As long as it's comfy cozy.
Yep. If you're doing a vision, expend the side points. I'm going to say, because Rajak is literally trying to show you this, I'm not going to have you make a roll.
Yeah.
Are you sharing this vision in the network to include Caden? Or actually, at this point, it doesn't matter. Caden is out of range.
So what do you want to see? I didn't see much of my home.
Well,
I'm not sure how much there is to learn for you.
I'm more curious about... I mean, the trip here obviously is very interesting. The fact that she didn't die. in a rowboat on the ocean, but your fighting style is peculiar.
That's easy. I mean, I'm not strong.
Was that something your people taught?
No, I never learned how to fight. I wanted to learn how to use a sword. But
well, we're working on that.
Right. No, Emma and I, we were not accepted. Big surprise. Not accepted and could not make money, could not find food. And then I was pulled into an alley, and some people were, trying to pick a fight, trying to kill me, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I fought back and did okay. Had to fight every now and then, defend myself, defend Emma from people. And Bogrim saw me fighting and offered to help. Said that he would teach me how to fight better. Bogrim and I don't have the same fighting style, but he's been there long enough to know exactly how to teach me to use my strengths and weaknesses. He took me down to the fourfold and started making money. That's that.
All right, I was kind of just curious about that. Zaltanna, any questions, or am I delving into this voyage on the ocean, as it were?
I'm interested. I just don't know what questions to ask. Like,
now you are thinking like me. It's
God
not
almighty,
about
you're
how
rubbing
many.
off on me.
It's not about how many questions you have. It's about asking the right ones.
Yeah. Rhal, how did you meet Emma?
Oh,
that's a cute one. I hope.
Do you want to give them that memory or do you want to explain it?
Is it a cute one, Rhal?
I mean, you can see it if you want, or I could tell you. It is, like I said, all of our kind are all raised in the same place, so.
I'm more curious now to see this because I'm curious to see what Daemarius looks like, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, we're not very familiar with anything from there. All right,
Yep.
I'm going to spend a third of my side points, and I'm going to take a look.
Do you want me to pick a random memory from your childhood or do you have a specific one?
No, meeting Emma in Daemarius. Because that covers both, right?
Okay, how about we go for the point when you realise that Emma has noticed you?
Hi,
Rather
I'm Rhal
than-
Egg. Hi, I'm Emma Egg.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like a first conversation type thing.
They're just
Yeah.
eggs wobbling.
This is going to be so cute.
Okay. You reach out to Rhal, and Rhal lets you into the part of his memory when he first really had an interaction with Emma. You find yourself on an island. You know you're on an island. You innately know that you're in a place called Amor Runa. Amor Runa, as you look around, is filled with young dragonborn of all colours, reds, blues, greens. You even see like odd oranges, kind of gold, maybe a silver here or there, blacks and whites, all over the place. You also notice that there are very few adults here, but the children seem to be happily playing around, learning, kind of either learning how to survive or learning how to fight. On this particular day, we find the, let's say, almost 10-year-old Raljak. Today is the first day he's going to learn how to use a martial weapon. Around you, there are older kids beginning to play. You notice, as a child, a couple of older red dragonborn who always seem a bit angry, a little bit gruff towards you, but they're older and you don't really mix with the older kids all that much. You tend to stay with your own age group. You also notice out the corner of your eye that gold dragonborn, which you just can't help but look at. She's so bright and cheerful, and she has her parents, very strangely, at least her father, will continually come and visit her, and when he does, you know that he takes her away and they have conversations, they talk about things, and then she gets to come back. You don't exactly know who she is, you don't know her name, but you keep catching her at the corner of your eye. And today, you are about to learn how to use, you hope you're about to learn how to use a sword. Your instructor is a short blue dragonborn, and they come at you with a practice sword, and they hand it over and say, Lozjak, here, take the sword. And they hand it to you.
He takes it confidently and stands.
No, Razjak, no, not like that. You have to put your hand on the grip properly, otherwise you're going to cut your hand. Do you not understand how a crossguard works?
No.
The crossguard is there to stop you from running your hand up the blade when you get too excited and you swing the sword. Come on, put your hands on there properly. Get your grip properly. You, Emma, come here. And he points at the gold dragonborn. And she comes over. She's holding a sword on her own. She has the stance correct, you assume. And she looks down at you. And she's like, hello.
Hi.
I am Emma. It is nice to meet you. You are...
Rhaljak. Nice to meet you. He puts his hand out.
She puts her hand out. You instantly notice that she's very, very warm to the touch. Very, very hot. And the instructor's like, okay, Emma, you're pretty proficient at most bladed weapons. You teach the newbie how to do this. I'm going to stand back and watch you spar. And with that, he steps back, crosses his arms, and he looks down at the pair of you. And she says, you have to straighten your grip a little. Hang on. She puts her sword down, and she steps around behind you, and she moves your arms into the right place. A bit like that.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yes. Is this kind of a defensive stance, or?
I think I'd better teach you defensive first if you don't even know how to use the sword. Probably can't attack if you don't know how to defend.
Okay.
And she picks up the sword. Make an attack roll if you're going to attack her.
Oh. 8.
She easily knocks your sword to one side, almost spinning it out of your hands with just almost a lazy parry. It's like, you have to put a little bit more like effort into it. You have to swing from your shoulders. You're not doing it quite right. And she points for you to go pick up your sword.
I sigh a little bit and go over, pick it up, and get back in the stance and kind of nod to signify that I'm ready. And I take another swing.
Sure.
Ooh, 19.
You put everything into this attack. You swing hard. Roll a d6.
1.
You swing with everything you got, and she doesn't quite parry it in time. She's not like used to someone fighting someone who's a bit smaller than her. And you manage to catch her across the arm, and she kind of like steps back and trips over her own foot, and she falls to the ground.
Oh.
Oh.
I drop my sword. I rush over there. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do not worry. And she looks up at you and is like, you have blood on you.
What? Did I get hit?
As you kind of look down, you realize that there is blood dripping on her from you. You're bleeding.
Bleeding from where?
She puts her hand up to your face, like the back of her hand, as she pulls her hand away from your mouth, from your maw. Are you okay?
I think so.
No, you... She looks up, and she looks back at you, and she looks up at the instructor, who seems to have noticed your maw bleeding. You're beginning to feel your face kind of like tense up, and you're feeling an intense burning inside your mouth.
He starts getting a bit scared, and he runs somewhere quiet
Okay.
to try to figure out what's going on.
You run into the tree line. You run into the tree line of Amora Arena, and that's where the vision fades out.
Well then, that answered 2 questions.
Most of anything before that was learning. Basics.
So there are many of you, in various colors.
Oh, yes. I mean, you've seen Ama.
I have. Sort of.
I mean, you didn't just think that he was the only one. Oh.
So you've got acid. Ama had fire. Do your other members of your race have other elements to them then?
Poison.
Oh my god. That's so cool.
There's cold. And lightning. Yeah, they all, They all react different to the sickness.
But they all do get it. Well,
no.
Could.
Could.
Did your people not seek a cure?
No. The rest of my time after that was in a hospital type. It's not like a hospital like you would know. I mean, they treat wounds, sure. But not the sickness. No. I don't think anyone has tried. I don't think that they care to. They just want everyone with it to die. That's all. There's a lot of... I could show you.
As much as I would love to see it, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not making the same mistake twice.
Same mistake?
If we're about to be going on another trip on the road, or river as it were, I'm not expending all of my energy on this.
Well...
If we run into Celestials,
When you get the energy, I can show you. You should probably see it so that you can understand.
Sure. Maybe tomorrow then.
At that point, you become aware of that magical tingling in the back of your necks as Demi kind of makes her presence known.
Balance gets up and goes to walk over.
She just sees you, she waves, and she just climbs aboard the boat. She kind of wanders on as if she owns the boat. She might do, you never know. But she acts as if she does, if nothing else. You guys board the boat with all of your things. You may mark your rations as 10.
10.
Yep. It gives you 10 days worth of food and travel, which should be enough for this 10-day voyage to Chatvok on the river.
It's a 10-day voyage to the Chatvok.
It is indeed.
That's a long-ass boat trip.
Oh, yeah. But it's
not that
better
bad.
than 30 days walking.
It's better than rowing across the ocean.
It's long, cold, tumble of a journey.
All right. You guys find yourself, as I said before, this boat is kind of small. It's barely big enough to suit you guys, plus the 4 people who are manning the boat itself. The captain seems like a half-decent woman. She's a screw it. She's a gnome. Why the hell not? Yes, so you guys find yourself aboard the ship. The captain is a female gnome. She has shocks of bright pink hair and the rest of it's kind of like darkish brown. She seems happy enough doing her thing, but she can whip crap the boys into doing as she demands, pretty much. And you guys have a fairly uneventful couple of days on the river.
I want to talk to her in Gnomish.
I was about to say, do you want to speak to anyone? If you'd like to speak to her in Gnomish, what are you talking about?
Oh God, what the fuck do we decide was the accent for Gnomish?
I don't remember,
Is it a squeak?
but
It's a
I'm just going to do a squeak.
Squeaky voice.
Hello. Hi, my name is Zaltanna. How are you doing?
Oh, no. All right. No.
I can't.
No. Stop. No.
No.
Please.
I
God.
can't. Even though I can't.
Hi. She's just talking to her about life.
Okay. All right.
Skipping the accent,
It's mostly me going fuck you to Arch for not asking me about speaking Gnomish.
Yes. It becomes very prevalent Balance, that's Zaltanna and the Gnomish are in fact speaking in Gnomish.
Duly noted for the future.
And you notice that obviously Demi is joining in this conversation as well. The three of them seem to have a very animated, girly chat. Being the only three females on board. The three of you get on like a house on fire. You bond more with Demi and the captain. Okay. It's probably... The sun is setting on the 7th day. The river voyage itself has been fairly uneventful. It's been fairly smooth. It's been quick, but it's been fairly smooth. You've crossed the large lake nearest to Van Lass. You've gone through a little windy, kind of windy area. You've crossed another very, very large lake, which took 2 days all on of itself. And you've now found your way through a pretty fast-flowing section of the river. The banks themselves are pretty steep. Trees on both sides. Anyone up and about at this time of night? At this time, which is, let's say sun is setting. Demi is up talking with the captain. What are the rest of you guys up to?
Balance is gonna do the history reading with Rhal because he wants to find out more about the disease because he did say he was gonna try to cure it.
Yeah.
It's a little low on the totem pole, but...
No, it's fine. No, everyone has their place on the totem pole. If you don't have the bottom part of the totem pole, the top part doesn't stand up, so... Okay. What memory are you going to show them in relation to this?
Does Balance want to specify what he wants to see? Because otherwise, this is kind of what Rhal wanted to.
Well, Balance is saying that he wants to know more wants to see the disease itself and like more information about it, why it's not being treated.
Okay. Around you, you find yourself in Rhal's body. You find yourself laying on top of some other slightly squishier things. The smell in here is just repugnant. It's like death and decay, like things have been dead for a very long time and things have only just recently died. That kind of putrid smell. You feel about and you can feel these, oh yeah, they're definitely bodies. You feel them all around you. You feel them pressing in on you from all sides. You can feel them underneath, and as you struggle to get up, your foot just slips in between some more of these corpses and you fall further and further down into this. Yep, that's a pit of bodies. You open your eyes and you see a white dragonborn that you innately know, for those of you who aren't Raujac, is your friend, is a very close friend. You can see his eyes have glossed over. They are milky white of death. You can see the lava of maggots. You can see the flies buzzing around his head. You don't know how long you've been here, but you feel so cold. You look around and you see more faces of people that you recognize. Some a couple of weeks old since you've seen them. Some maybe nearly a year. You can tell that they are still them. As you open your eyes and continue trying to look around, trying to claw your way out, as you begin to struggle further and further down into this pit, the sunlight begins to fade as the bodies just tumble in and around you, and you can't escape. You're pinned in on all sides, and the smell is just wrecking you. The bodies of the people you know around you are just destroying you. You feel your own acid bile just building up in your nose, and you feel it streaming from your face. It's burning you. It's burning you in a way that you just can't pass out from the pain. You've never felt pain like this before. And for those of you who are watching this memory, you have not felt pain like this before either. As you struggle and you begin to cry out, some of this putridness just falls into it and you cough and you sputter. And then you hear a voice. I think you're here somewhere, please. And you feel bodies being moved around you. You feel corpses being pushed side to side, and you put your arm out struggling to reach out. They don't seem to know you're just where you are, so you kind of scream. And then you feel a hand grabbing yours. And as you open your eyes and look at this hand, you see golden scales. You see golden scales as they pull you out up into the sunshine. And you feel Ama wrap her arms around you. And you breathe in that scent you know so well. Just cleanses all the darkness away from you. And you see her looking up. You feel her looking up. And you hear her speak to someone. You don't quite catch the words, muffled as you are, but you do hear their response.
He's sick and he's dying. He's not one of us. He's too sick to remain. We'll just weaken our genes. You weaken everything that we stand for. We have purpose, Emma. You know that.
And again, you just hear a muffled reply. She's kind of sobbing at this point. She puts herself between you and the voice. And the voice says,
You know, it is not long before we have to deal with him, and he will be in that pit for sure. You know that is the fate of the people who are sick. They have no place in our society, Emma. And the quicker you get over that boy, the better.
and she turns and she looks down at Rajak, who is just trembling. And she says, "It is okay. I am here for you. Do not let them hurt you." And as she pulls you to her and hugs you, you open your eyes, you look over at this pit of young, dead dragonborn. Lots of colours, lots of sickness. And as you look down, you see that some of them, their throats have been slit.
Hi, Rhal here, voiced by Neil. Well, please don't forget to leave us a rating if you are enjoying the show. It's probably the best way to help us out at the moment. You can find us on Twitter at TLDpod, where we are currently doing a giveaway. We will have those periodically, so make sure you stop there and hang out with us. We love to hear from everyone. You might have noticed a very mysterious special guest on tonight's show. Special thanks to the Spark Network's very own Josh from the Taking Initiative podcast for doing that voice for us. Taking Initiative is another great show here on the Spark Network. If you have not listened to them, you're crazy. What are you doing? Go do that. You can find more information about our show, as well as Taking Initiative and the other shows on the Spark Network at thespark.network. Again, thank you so much for listening. Come hang out with us on Twitter, be a part of our giveaways, let us know what you think about the show. We have a bunch of fun episodes coming up soon, so we hope you are enjoying, and until then, we will see you next time. Bye.
The Spark Network. Imagine what your idea can do.